Hi, Randakk here. It's Saturday, October 25th, 2025. The auction has already started, and I thought I would shoot another walk-around video today. There is a walk-around video linked to the auction. That was shot some time ago, and I wanted to document today the actual current condition of the bike. No changes really, but there are 4 things that have changed since that earlier video was shot, and I wanted to cover those today. So I'm going to cover the 4 things, then I'm going to do an actual walk around. I'll take a couple laps around the bike, first medium distance and then a little closer to give you a true appreciation for the condition of the vehicle. The first thing I want to point out is this seat. This is a marvelous custom seat that was created for me by Greg Goss of Escondido, California. Greg is a well-respected turbo expert, and he has a shop called the Grease Machine. Fabulous guy. I sent him a seat pan and a big pile of money, and he sent back this beautiful custom seat. Now, the original seat, I still have that. That's included in the auction. It's in really good condition, except for one small flaw. In this location, right about here on the original seat, there's about a 1-inch split. And that is noted in the gallery pictures. There's a couple of pictures of that seat which have a red arrow. It points to that flaw. It would be a fairly easy repair. But anyway, I like this seat that Greg made for me very, very much. It's the best seat I've ever ridden. I love the materials. I love the shape. It rides like a dream. And I think it looks harmonious with the originality of the rest of the bike. But anyway, if you ride this seat, you'll really, really like it. The second thing that I've changed since the earlier video is the location of the choke knob, the so-called choke knob that controls the manual air valve. Originally, I had the choke knob up here on the console, about where my finger is pointing, right in there somewhere. But I decided that was an inconvenient location because this manual air valve conversion requires a very stiff push-pull cable. And that was a long route with some curves, and it was just kind of hard to move the thing in and out. And so I found the better location down here by the petcock. And this gives me a very straight shot back to the air valve, which is back here under the helmet holder lock. Good location there. And so you can see that, you can probably hear that actually, how smooth that works. And this is a similar location that Honda used back in the day for bikes like the CB750s and the CB550 bikes that I've owned, and I really find it very convenient to use down here by the petcock. The good news is you really don't use this very much. You pull it all the way out to start. The bike starts, you immediately move it to about the half position. You ride it for 30 seconds or so, and then you can just forget about it and push it all the way in. So I find this would be a very convenient location and a big improvement over where I had that knob located originally. So that's the second item that's changed. The third item that's changed is I now have a 140 mile per hour speedometer. I found a very, very low mileage speedo this speedo at a salvage yard in South Carolina. It only had a few hundred miles on it. I sent it off to Mike Grossmueller in Florida, and he serviced the speedometer. It had been sitting a while, and he matched the odometer reading exactly to the reading that was on my original speedometer. That's included in the auction as well. It's in a box in all the parts that go to the winning bidder. It took a bit of getting used to the new speedometer, because the old Jimmy Carter speedometer, when the needle was vertical, you were only going about 45 miles per hour. When this one is vertical, you're going about 75 miles per hour. So that took a little bit of getting used to, but I really like it. And if you go faster than 80 miles an hour, you can have an indication of actually how fast you're going. And the final thing I'd like to show you is this new windshield, which is really great. I got this from a company that's now called GP Cycles. I think that's right. Let me look on my cheat sheet here. The name of the company is GP Cyclewerks. I'm sorry, GP Cyclewerks. Originally, they were called Gustafson Plastics. That's hard to say. Gustafson Plastics. They acquired the AirTech body parts people, merged them into their operation, and then they changed the name. So that's the 4 things that have changed since the earlier walk around video: the seat, the location of the choke knob, the new speedometer, and the new windshield. So now what I'm going to do is take a couple laps around the bike so you can see the whole thing. First I'll go kind of a medium distance, and then I'll zoom in and take another lap that'll be a little closer. I think I said this in some of the verbiage, but we really focused the restoration that J.R. Luxick did for me in the work that I've done since I've had it here, the post-restoration work. It has all been focused on function, performance, reliability, and comfort. We really didn't spend much time on the fussy cosmetic details, although this was a very nice original bike when we got it. And so we really didn't have to do much to the cosmetics. It presents very well. We did a lot of powder coating and ceramic coating, things like that, on the frame and the exhaust. We didn't do anything to the wheels. They were very nice. Now let me get in a little closer on this lap. We did repaint the tail because it had some imperfections in the fiberglass. That was something we did do. As I say, the wheels are very nice, especially the front one. Side covers are nice. The engine's never been painted. The valve covers have been powder coated, I believe. And you notice right here, this is the spot where you often see damage from heat, and this one doesn't have any heat damage. Well, hopefully this video will be useful to bidders, and hopefully it captures the excellent condition of this bike, which I have really enjoyed owning. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I should point out we still have this very nice, still works great. These are often not working correctly or missing on bikes. There you have it. Thanks for watching.